Hello, everybody. My name is Phil, and I'm a day trader in the cryptocurrency markets for about 8 years now. I found great success doing it, but it definitely didn't come with ease. It came with a lot of hard work through trial and error and trying to find out what worked for me and what didn't work for me. Now, you're probably here because you're wondering, hey, is day trading for me? What are some of the skills involved in day trading? Is it difficult? Can I actually make a living through this? What do I need to learn? How much time will this take? How much money will this actually take as well? So you've come to the right place. In this next video series that you'll be watching in this playlist, it's going to be a playlist for day traders that are entering the market and for people that would like a reminder of the basics of what could be important for you and what you should be focusing on to perhaps upgrade your skills to the next level. Now, when I first started trading, I didn't know where to go, who to talk to, what to learn, because there was just a lot of information out there on the internet. And with so much information out there, it can be extremely overwhelming. Where do I start? Who do I follow? What do I learn? There's so many different styles, so many different types of trades, so many different exchanges as well. And it can be so overwhelming to the point that you just don't know where to begin. And through my YouTube channel, my goal is to share a lot of the successes that I've had through educational videos. And hopefully it can increase your skills and increase your passion for trading. Will improve the community. And more importantly, you can create something better for yourself and develop a skill set where it'll allow you to trade anywhere in the world, in any market. And also you can be profitable and make money anywhere in the world as well. But of course, once again, it doesn't come with ease. It comes with tremendous amount of effort. I think that if you want to do anything well in life, you have to put in the effort. You have to go through the trials and the tribulations. You're going to have to persevere through a lot of adversity, put in lots of time as well. And it's going to be challenging. And of course, with challenge, the cryptocurrency markets, it's definitely no exception as well. So let's get right into it and talk about some of the things that are really important when you first get started for day trading. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Is it more important to do what you love what you do, or do what you need to do? Okay. These are really important questions that I used to ask myself a lot whenever I was in certain situations or in a phase in my life. I find that trading, it has a lot to do with personal growth, and the person that you are will eventually mold the kind of style and the trading strategies that you'll have for yourself, because it's so intertwined that you go through this phase of self-discovery and you really find out what kind of person you are when it comes to trading. So for myself, I love doing what I do, and I'm doing what I love, right? I think it's very interchangeable as well. But back then in my past, when I used to be a mechanical engineer working for a firm, doing it for someone else, I thought I loved what I was doing. But over time, I found out that I was more so just doing it because I needed to do it. And that's a lot different than doing something you love and finding something that you're passionate about it. And when it comes to day trading, there's tons of risks. So I want to warn everybody first and foremost that day trading is not something that everybody can do. A lot of people have lost a tremendous amount of money in the market, and to the point where it can be very discouraging. It can change lives for the worse. It can affect family dynamics, social situations as well, right? So day trading comes with tons of risk, and you all need to be aware of that. And I understand that not everybody in the world can be a day trader, just like how not everybody in the world could either be a doctor or an engineer or whatever, right? Whatever profession you're in, I think we eventually get to a point where it's who we are, right? So personally, myself, I just love to day trade, and I'm really glad I ended up discovering what was important for me. So ask yourself as well, do you have the time to become a day trader? And is this something you want to pursue passionately full time? Are you ready and willing to put in that honest hard work where you need to put in more effort? I remember in university, when I first got there, they told me this: look at the person on your left, look at the person on your right. One of these people aren't going to be here in a few years, implying they're probably going to drop out. And it comes to trading as well, where you see the person to your left and to the right, one of them probably isn't going to be here. Realistically, both of them aren't going to be here, or all three of you, because day trading is so difficult that the learning curve to become profitable and successful eventually, it's much more difficult than a lot of professions, in my opinion. The reason I say it's more difficult than other professions is because the true test of if you're a successful day trader or not is, are you profitable? Are you losing money? Are you actually making a lot more than you're losing? Can you manage your risk? Can you stick to the rules that you've written for yourself and you can abide by them? Can you emotionally control yourself? Do you have discipline and are you focused? But ultimately, it comes down to, are you profitable or are you not? If you're not profitable and you're still trading, there's a long road to becoming profitable, right? And if you are profitable, can you actually keep these profits by not screwing up and making mistakes along the way? I find that a lot of people have made a lot of money in the market, and then eventually they end up losing it all because they don't have a structure that needs to be provided. And that's what my Day Traders Club provides. It provides, for example, a Discord group for life that you can connect with community members. And we talk to each other every single day. We try to increase each other's skills as well. And also in the masterclass trading course of mine, you get the full comprehensive 29 hours that's much more detailed, right? It goes from beginners to advanced trading, and it'll give you an exact idea of what trading is about. And I've had thousands of students that are incredibly happy that have shown me their results as well. So despite trading being very lucrative, and that's why it's alluring, you could make an immense amount of profit, but it also comes with a lot of dangers. I think that day trading is one of the professions that attracts the most people from all other places in the world. And the reason for that is because of the allure. But if we neglect the risk, and just to forewarn you strongly that there's a good chance that you might lose a good amount at the beginning. So don't come into trading thinking that, hey, I'm smarter than that guy. My GPA is high. I did well in school. I'm a fast learner. A lot of these kinds of things don't matter that much if you're not disciplined and very focused with learning and have a rigid system of learning or of having how to progress as a trader. So just to forewarn you, once again, it's very, very profitable, but at the same time, there's a lot of risks that come with it. And a lot of the times people don't make it to that profitability stage in trading and they just end up falling short, losing a lot of the money that they put into the market. And then they just kind of wither away and don't come back. And that's exactly why, once again, my mastery trading class, it's exactly what people should study. When I first started, I didn't really have a lot of resources, just YouTube. I didn't know what books to read. I didn't know where to start. It was like, I wish I had a course that was actually structured. It's good to learn from a lot of different people because if you learn from multiple people and multiple places, it gives you an opportunity to develop a huge set of skills so you can eventually start to develop your own skills. It's in the link below there and you're able to ask me questions anytime. I mean, imagine starting out by yourself and you needed to ask a question and it was really difficult for you to get an answer. So you're posting on forums, you're posting on Twitter, right? Waiting for someone to reply back to you. Now that's really difficult, right? Just being a lone wolf. Imagine there's like just a party in general, right? A party in general, but you're the one that decided to go completely somewhere else and do something by yourself, right? You're going to be kind of out of the loop of what's going on. You're not going to be included, right? And it's going to be more difficult for you to just kind of interact with people if there's no one around. So it's better to be in an environment where you can be able to ask questions and get answers rather than just trying to figure out everything by yourself, and have a really good structure as well, because that's only going to add to your learning, in my opinion. And one of the biggest troubles of novice traders that they make, or people starting to learn, is they actually really believe that, hey, I can learn everything by myself. I'm just going to be a lone wolf. I'm going to try to gather all the information myself. That takes a huge amount of time now. In my opinion, it takes a lot of time and effort to gather what's important. How should I dissect it? Which should I actually learn out of a million things to learn online? It's really good to have some sort of mentor that can give you a good idea of what you could be doing, what to learn. And once again, that's exactly what the masterclass course of mine is for, and also my Discord group as well. I've had a lot of success helping people before, and I've had a lot of success with myself. And it's really important that people share the knowledge and what they have. So when you first start trading, the most important thing that you should probably do first is, of course, learn as much as you can about the risk and kind of a guideline of the steps that you need to take and the knowledge that you need to obtain to start trading. So there's many ways you can profit in the market. One way is to do what I do, which is I'm a scalper that day trades. And then there's a day trader, just a normal day trader. And then there's a swing trader. And then there's an investor. So we'll start with day trading first. A day trader is somebody who focuses only on coins for that day. They look for volatility in the market. They look for volume. They look for relative volume that's going to pertain to their trade that gives it that volatility. They're going to look for any coin that moves and it gives them the impression that there's a possibility to profit on it if the coin's going to move upwards or going up already, or if a coin has moved a lot and there's perhaps a possibility to short the market, or perhaps the coin is already moving to the downside and they're joining a short a little bit late, or the trend is continuing, right? For that specific day, they generally don't hold positions overnight because they focus on the profit just for that day. And then there's a swing trader. A swing trader will generally take 1 to 5 trades a week on average, and they'll focus on perhaps a little bit of a bigger size, but more importantly, they focus on a higher time frame. They make less trades. And this is great for people who have other things going on in their life where they can't commit like me to being on a computer the entire time, right? So it takes a lot of time to day trade because you have to actively be sitting in front of a computer. You have to look at the charts, right? You've got to see what's going on, participate with information that comes in, dissect it, analyze it, right? Communicate with other people. Whereas swing traders, you can have a normal job. You can, do your normal 9 to 5 or whatever it is you do, right? You have time for other things because you're focusing on the higher time frames that allows you to make these trades perhaps a few times a week. And then there's, of course, an investor, and that's what I do as well. An investor is more so someone who will hold for a longer period of time, that believes that the asset will increase in price over time. For example, you're buying Bitcoin at a certain price, and then you're holding it for 6 months, and up would be considered to me an investor, and you're hoping that Bitcoin will one day reach a certain price. And that's what investor is. And then there's myself, which is a day trader that scalps. A day trader that scalps is somebody that focuses on major volatility on a very low time frame for that specific day only. And they're looking for massive volatility to get in and out. I've had trades as fast as 20 seconds before, and I've had trades one whole day before. That's important to discern what kind of trader, right? What kind of time frame does your life allow? So do you have the time to sit in front of a computer like me for a long period of time? If not, maybe not day trading. It's not for you. And keep in mind that for day trading, it's important to have the right setup. Okay. You can't day trade, in my opinion, professionally and do it very well on a phone. I have a great phone, the Samsung Z3, and it's a split screen, but it's still not enough for me for when I need to trade massive volatility. You got to have more than one screen open. So one screen's looking at the charts, one screen's perhaps looking at the level 2, and level 2 is the order book that shows the bids and the ask, and also the buys and the sells that are occurring between people or computers or bots, etc. So you got to have a computer. You got to make sure it's proper so you can sit down and actually focus in a very conducive environment. Especially for scalping as well, it requires a lot of data. And the more data you have, the more real estate room is required on the computer. So I'll use, for example, one screen, my top left here, I'll use that for a chart on a slightly higher time frame. And then when I'm trading on the bottom right, I'll use it for Binance exclusively to look at the order book where I can see the bids, the asks, the buys, the sells, the market depth. And then here, I'll look on the specific time frame that I'm looking at. Like, for example, maybe the 1 minute time frame or the 30-second time frame. And then another monitor I have over here is for Bitcoin, just to see what it's doing, because generally Bitcoin will affect the direction of all coins if Bitcoin does a major move. And then I'll be getting another monitor over here that you don't see. It'll be vertical, and that's going to be for my recording and kind of behind the scenes stuff when I'm recording for the public. So day trading, once again, it requires a lot of time. You need to be on the front of a computer. Not only that, day trading, in my opinion, is a lot more difficult than swing trading. The order of difficulty, in my opinion, to make decisions is scalping is the hardest, day trading, swing, and then investing. When you invest, you don't have to make too many decisions too often. You're pretty much buying and you're holding, or you're going to shed some of your positions on a dip, buy more in strength, etc. Right? In my opinion, it's still difficult, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's easier to profit, I'm not saying that one is harder than the other to profit wise. I'm just saying that the required sub skill set, or the skill set in general, is much more important when it comes to a scalper. So for example, as a scalper, you're making multiple decisions a day. You have to have a quick reaction, and especially the ability to make quick decisions, because oftentimes there could be major spikes up or down. So that volatility, the last thing you want to do is not have these skill sets. And then when something happens, you're literally a deer stuck in the headlights and you're unsure what to do. I'm sure we've all been in that position before. I remember how fearful I used to be when I used to be in positions and I was close to getting liquidated. This is years ago, like 7 years ago when I first started trading. So I would over leverage first of all. And then after over leveraging, the position would go against me. And then now all of a sudden, I'm about to get liquidated. And that's really scary. So instead of actually making a decision to cut my loss, I'm just staring at the computer. I'm literally frozen in a moment of paralysis because I don't have the experience to make decisions under stress. And day trading involves a lot of stress. And with that stress, it needs to be dealt with accordingly and managed, because we don't really make the best decisions when we're stressed out. And that's how we can be emotionally compromised, and that's how a lot of people end up losing a lot of money in the market, because they're unfamiliar with how to deal with the stress and they don't have the experience. And that's exactly what my masterclass course teaches. So consider getting it. You're going to be able to learn a lot about not only the technical analysis, but you'll also get a chance to learn about different topics such as cutting losses, discipline, risk management, and just the general psychology of trading. And I always tell my students this, and the students, if you ask any of them, what's the most important thing that I've taught them? The majority of them will most likely say Elliott wave theory. That's one of them. Shorting, and more so generally, a lot of people will also say risk management, the psychology of trading as well, cutting losses, because those are topics that are really important to focus on as a trader. So I hope to see a lot of you guys watch the next video as well. I just wanted to give you a quick breakdown of some of the things that are important when it comes to day trading, and some of the factors that might affect you as well, and the differences in swing trading, day trading, investing, and scalping. And I really hope that this video series gives you a lot of insight on how a professional trader operates and thinks, and especially is what's important that can help you with your journey for day trading. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye now. Thank you for joining me.